welcome to day 14 of our Bible reading session. So today yesterday we have read chapters 30 and 31. So today we will be reading chapters 32 and 33. Chapter 32, it talks about Jacob preparing to meet Esau, and then in chapter 33 is when Jacob meets Esau, right? So we will be doing two chapters today. So before we go ahead, I wanted to do something different from now onwards. So we will start with reading the verse of the day from YouVersion. I think we all know the YouVersion Bible. So I have taken the verse of the day from YouVersion Bible. So today's verse of the day is Matthew chapter 5. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. All right, so this is verse of the day. So let us go right into reading the Bible. We will start with Genesis chapter 32 and 33. Jacob also went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is the camp of God." So he named that place Mahanaim. Jacob sent messengers ahead of him to his brother Esau in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. He instructed them, "This is what you are to say to my master Esau. Your servant Jacob says, I have been staying with Laban and have remained there till now. I have cattle and donkeys, sheep and goats, men servants and maid servants. Now I am sending this message to my Lord that I may find favor in your eyes." When the messengers returned to Jacob, they said, "We went to your brother Esau, and now he is coming to meet you, and 400 men are with him." In great fear and distress, Jacob divided the people who were with him into two groups, and the flocks and herds and camels as well. He thought, if Esau comes and attacks one group, the group that is left may escape. Then Jacob prayed, "O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who said to me, 'Go back to your country and to your relatives, and I will make you prosper.' I am unworthy of all the kindness and faithfulness you have shown your servant. I have only my staff when I crossed this Jordan, but now I have become two groups. Save me, I pray, from the hand of my brother Esau, for I am afraid he will come back and attack me, and also the mothers with their children. But you have said, I will surely make you prosper and will make your descendants like the sand of the sea, which cannot be counted." He spent the night there, and from what he had with him, he selected a gift for his brother Esau: 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 female camels and with their young, 40 cows and 10 bulls, and 20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. He put them in the care of his servants, each herd by itself, and said to his servants, "Go ahead of me and keep some space between the herds." He instructed the one in the lead, "When my brother Esau meets you and asks, 'To whom do you belong, and where are you going, and who owns all these animals in front of you?' then you are to say, 'They belong to your servant Jacob. They are a gift sent to my lord Esau, and he is coming behind us.'" He also instructed the second, the third, and all the others who followed the herds, "You are to say the same thing to Esau when you meet him. And be sure to say, 'Your servant Jacob is coming behind us.' For he thought, 'I will pacify him with these gifts. I am sending on ahead. Later, when I see him, perhaps he will receive me." So Jacob's gifts went on ahead of him, but he himself spent the night in the camp. Verse 22, here we're going to talk about Jacob wrestling with God. That night, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 maidservants, and his 11 sons and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." So here we know there are many sources saying that Jacob did fight with God. So it must have been amazing for him to see God in person, right? And then having a fight with him. But Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." I mean, it's sort of funny. To get blessing, you have to fight with God. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Then the man said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel." So this is where Israel gets its name, right? "Because you have struggled with God and with men and have overcome." So it shows that Israel was really strong. Jacob said, "Please tell me your name." But he replied, "Why do you ask my name?" Then he blessed him there. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, "It is because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." It is known, we all know, that to see God's face, it's impossible, right? And yeah, Jacob is grateful that he has seen God's face, and yet his life is spared. The sun rose above him as he passed Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the Israelites do not eat the tendon attached to the socket of the hip, because the socket of Jacob's hip was touched near the tendon. Very interesting. Alright, so we'll go to chapter 33. Here, Jacob meets Esau. Jacob looked up, and there was Esau coming with his 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the 2 maidservants. He put the maidservants and their children in front, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph in the rear. He himself went on ahead and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. I think Jacob must have felt guilty about, the things that he's done to Esau, right? The first is he has taken his birthright, and the second is he's taken his blessing, right, from his father Isaac. So he must have felt guilty. I mean, it was stupidity on his part, but it is what it is, right? Like I said, all these are processes that are supposed to happen, right? Where eventually, through the line of Judah is where Jesus will come. So all these are all processes of what is supposed to go through, so that years and years pass, and then obviously Jesus will come to earth to save us from all sins, no matter what sins. No sins is comparable to any sin, so all sins are the same, right? So Jesus died so that our sins can be forgiven, and all we have to do is just believe in him, right? We are all saved by grace, right? Not by works, right? So all we have to do, not much of work, is just believe in him, and obviously walk in his footsteps, walk in his ways, in his teachings, right? Verse 3, he himself went ahead and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. But Esau ran to meet Jacob and embraced him. He threw his arms around his neck and kissed him, and they wept. So as siblings, no matter how much we fight, at the end of the day, no matter how big of a fight, we may not talk for months and months, but if after many months we meet together, it's like, it's surely very, I think the happiest, it would be the happiest days, right? No matter how we fight. I think it's normal in all families, unless, it's something else, but it's normal in all families, even though there are fights, even though there are disagreements, but at the end of the day, it's always unconditional love that wins. Same thing like how God's love for us, right? It's unconditional. He doesn't have condition to love us. Esau asked, "What do you mean by all these droves I met?" "To find favor in your eyes, my lord," he said. But Esau said, "I already have plenty, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." "No, please," said Jacob. "If I have found favor in your eyes, accept this gift from me, for to see your face is like seeing the face of God. Now that you have received me favorably, please accept the present that was brought to you, for God has been gracious to me, and I have all I need." And because Jacob insisted, Esau accepted it. Then Esau said, "Let us be on our way. I'll accompany you." But Jacob said to him, "My Lord knows that the children are tender, and that I must care for the ewes and cows that are nursing their young. If they are driven hard just one day, all the animals will die. So let my Lord go on ahead of his servant, while I move along slowly, at the pace of the droughts before me and that of the children, until I come to my Lord in Seir." Esau said, "Then let me leave some of my men with you." How thoughtful of Esau as well, right? That's what we are as siblings, right? We are very thoughtful. Like I said, even though we fight, we may have disagreements, lots and lots of disagreements, but at the end of the day, there's just something about our siblings, right? We love them unconditionally, and we would give everything no matter what, for our siblings. "But why do that?" Jacob asked. "Just let me find favor in your eyes of my Lord." So that day Esau started on his way back to Seir. Jacob, however, went to Succoth, where he built a place for himself and made shelters for his livestock. That is why the place is called Succoth. After Jacob came from Padan Aram, he arrived safely at the city of Shechem in Canaan and camped within the sight of the city. For 100 pieces of silver, he bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, the plot of ground where he pitched his tent. There he set up an altar and called it El Elohi Israel. Really not sure what this means. If anyone knows what this means, please let me know in the comments. Alright, so we have come to the end of chapter 33. Really interesting chapters. After much betrayal and a bit of drama between Jacob and Esau in the previous chapters, here we see a reconciliation between them, which is really nice to see, right? Like I said, siblings, right? We will love them no matter what, right? Okay, so we are done with chapters 32 and 33. So tomorrow we will continue with chapters 34, 35. If there's enough time, then we will continue with chapter 36 as well. Alright, so I hope you all can join me tomorrow. Please help subscribe, share, comment, also to give me a feedback so that I can check and maybe make corrections as well on the channel. And I have changed the name of the channel to Spend Time with God. I think it feels more complete. So please subscribe to my channel, Spend Time with Our Father. With Our Father. Alright, so I hope you all have a good day. I hope you all have a good night. And we will meet again tomorrow. Bye-bye.